Okay, so rather than you guys watch me struggle, put all these pieces together and make sure that they're all lined up, I went ahead and I assembled about 50% of it. There's still a little bit left to do. And I figured I'd rather start with, putting some of this other lattice work in the top, and then you'll get to see me glue on the roof and the rest of the gutters. It was actually kind of challenging to make all these pieces line up on the first one. But once I did it on one side, it's going to be pretty easy to do the other one. Now, on the box, right there, it shows that it's only got one step. And then the rest of it just is all benches. And the benches get glued in with the angle brackets right there. So they're suspended off the ground. But I think what I'm going to do is, because they give you extra pieces and extra steps, I think I might put 2 entrances on each side so that there's 2 ways into it, and then with the roof on it, it would make it look kind of nice because you'd be able to see through each part of the lattice. There's 2 openings. So I think the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to finish gluing on these. But when I originally took these posts out of the sheets, they had these little tabs on it right there, and I thought they were just because of the sheets and how they were attached onto each one. I thought you had to cut them off, but it turns out you don't. So I cut these ones off here by accident, because on the lattice right there, there's those little tabs, and they're on 45-degree angle so that they fit in nicely, and there's somewhere for the glue surface to go right there. So we'll go ahead and glue these in. We'll put the bench in. I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to glue it to the base yet, because if there does become junk and leaves and everything caught up in there, I kind of want to remove it to take it off and clear it out. So, but I did reach for my Pico Fix, and the nozzle was all gummed up. So a little tip is just tap it on the ground or the table, and all the glue that's left over should drip back down and keep your nozzle free and clear. Put a little bit of glue on each side, there and there, and then glue it in. I gotta hold it on this side because I cut tabs off on this one. Another thing too with this Pico Fix is you want to be in a well ventilated area, which I am. I'm in my workshop right now, because this stuff is strong. It's like nail polish, and it grabs it pretty quick. So that's that one put together there. And then we got these 2 here. Cut it over here. This one, I need this one, glue. And you gotta make sure there is a top and bottom rail to it. There's a top that's like a thicker handrail, and then the bottom is just thinner. This Pico Fix bonds your skin pretty much instantly, so you can't really get it on yourself either. And I've put down this piece of old countertop just to protect the bench, because stuff does stick to it pretty quickly. And then lattice there, and then the top part. It's kind of hard for you guys to see with my big hands, which is kind of one of the reasons why I decided to go ahead and put the rest or that part together. And this just gives you guys a little bit of an idea. But let me know if you guys like these videos and like to see how to put things together and how other people do it. There isn't very many videos about kind of the beginnings of garden railroads or buildings or certain things like that. It's more of just showing off the trains and everything like that. So if you guys want to know how certain things work, or if you guys got suggestions, just let me know. I'd gladly make the video. It's going to take a while. Next I think will be the eaves troughs over there. And then the roof. And I haven't decided, I don't like the foam that's in those flower boxes. I kind of like the look of what's on. Oh, it's still not sticking. Add some extra glue. I'll run down. It might be a good idea too to have some small clamps. It's kind of hard. This one's actually kind of bent a bit. It was quite challenging to get all the rest of them lined up. I actually ended up gluing it to this first, which is why the base isn't glued down yet. Because once you put the benches and the top part of this lattice has to all line up at once. And then there's certain spots, you can see the squares on there, where all the tops of the poles go. And you gotta line all that up. There we go, that's stuck now. So I think the next thing we should do is probably the eaves troughs. I'm not gonna glue the figures down because I do like changing my figures around, so I'll just be able to set them in similar to that. And what's nice about these Pola buildings, and even some of the Pico ones, is they do give you extras. This is an extra weather vane here. This one's got the rooster. I opted for the arrow. See that there? There you go. So there's a little tab here. I'm going to throw some glue on here. Throw it on along the edge. There. Throw it on this tab here, along this, oh you can't see, this edge there, and each pole. And you gotta work quickly because this stuff sets up pretty quick. And then set it in on each one. Make sure the poles are lined up. There we go. That lined up on each side of the eaves trough. Lined up. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. It took 10 minutes to make that stick. But now the only thing we have left is this piece of lattice and then the two stairs. So and we have lots of extra lattice because these are from the other two spots. Same thing, it's just kind of wash, rinse, and repeat. I always put a little bit of extra glue up the side of this part here to give it some extra added strength. Those tabs really do help lining everything up. There you go. And then just the stairs. Stairs are kind of notorious. We have two other buildings the stairs have come off on. Save them out. Make sure they're center. Just hold it there for a couple seconds. And good and stuck. One more. Line it up for center. Hold it on. And there we go. And the roof, I don't know if I'm gonna glue it on yet. It came in 3 sections, 1, 2, and then 3, the top bit. I don't know if I'm gonna glue it on or not, because I kind of like to get into my buildings and be able to move the figures around and everything, so I might just leave it on top like that. But other than that, what do you guys think? I think it looks pretty cool. I look forward to seeing it and putting it out on my layout. So, if you guys like it, let me know. And until next time, I'll see you again.